Good morning, everyone. We will get started in just a few minutes. We are recording today's webinar. And as you are signing on, please drop us a note in the chat box letting us know your name and what business you're with.
It's always good to see another Melissa in the room, just saying.
We have a couple today. Good morning for those of you just jumping on. We are recording today's webinar and we'll get started in just a few minutes. If you will go ahead and introduce yourself in the chat box, let us know your name and your employer. Good morning, Pam. Good morning, Renee.
Hi,
Good morning,
Marcy.
Crystal. Hey, Becky, I'm glad you got my email.
Hi, Lindsay.
Lindsay, I feel like I just saw you.
Hi, Greg. I'm so glad we have someone from construction.
There we are.
Morning.
Hello.
We can't hear you.
Can you hear us?
Grab the speaker out of Michael's office.
You might have to check your volume.
What
They
about?
can't hear me.
Or we should be unmuted. Or press and hold the space key.
We can hear you.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
No, we can't hear. Oh, you can hear us?
Yes.
We can't hear you. We can hear nothing from you. Gee, it would be nice if we didn't double book computers and stuff in this building.
Good morning. For those of you just jumping on, go ahead and
You guys go right ahead and
let us in the chat box. Tell us you're here and what business you're with. We will get started in just a few minutes. We are recording today's webinar for anyone who misses it or comes in late.
Unmute your speaker. Here it is.
Can you hear us now? Nope.
Hello.
Mute. It says mute. We can get mute. All we need is an unmute. Sorry. It takes an army with us.
Morning.
Yeah. It's what's the way of putting something on the calendar in this office if you're not going to get to do what you have on the calendar. We'll get it. We will get this. I don't know what's going on. Unmute your speaker.
Hi, Pam. If you have not already done so, we would love for you to put your name and the business that you represent in the chat box today so everyone knows who's in the room. We'll get started in just a minute.
Did we lose Colleen?
I think maybe she was changing computers.
A few more minutes to jump on here. Thank you all for being here. We're so excited to get started. If you have not already done so, go ahead and introduce yourself so that we know your business is accounted for. In the chat box, just drop us a name and what business you're with.
I love to be able to look through the list and see that we have so many different types of businesses represented, because I think that's going to be valuable for the students. And hopefully for you as well.
I'm getting a few people the link right now that it went to the wrong person. Give me just a second.
Roxy, I know we have Lynette on with us in the in our events department. Would you like her just to tell some things that are coming up while we're waiting?
Sure, absolutely.
That'll give everybody a chance to get logged back on and get that fixed before we get started.
Hang on, camera on now. All right. Hello.
Nothing like throwing you in there, Lynette.
Hey, how about I do that? Sure. All right. All right. Well, hi, everybody. We'll try to talk about some of our upcoming chamber stuff and get some links thrown in here at the same time. We have, let me see, next Tuesday, we have our anniversary celebration coming up for chamber members who have hit a milestone anniversary, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years and so forth. If you have not seen an invite for that, you can drop me a comment and I will get you the invite. Tickets are $10 each if you are not involved with the one of the companies that's being recognized. Thank you, Daniel, for dropping in. He's dropping some links in the comments for me. But if you would like to attend that and haven't gotten registered, go on there, get registered. Like I said, $10 tickets. We are having some yummy hors d'oeuvres from Radford's, and just recognizing those chamber members who have hit milestone anniversaries in 2020. That's going to be out at the Elks Lodge next Tuesday evening, starting at 5:30. Then let's see, Friday, April 30th, we have our next State of event, State of the Workforce. That is a very hot topic right now that I'm sure would pique a lot of interest with a lot of you on here. State of the Workforce, we have a great panel of experts to discuss that topic. We have Peggy Sinova, Jason Troutwine, Mike Rowe from Eastern Indiana Works, and Tammy Scotton from Centerstone, who can kind of talk about some of the mental health aspects of how it's been maybe losing jobs in the past year, or reduced work, or maybe even the opposite, some people working maybe even more than they've had to. So it's kind of the mental health aspect of that. But that event is a breakfast event out at Forest Hills. Tickets for chamber members are $35, non-members are $45, and Daniel dropped in the link to register for that. It's a great event to be to. The breakfast is delicious, so please join us for that one. What else do we have going on, guys?
I think, we have other things coming up like golf and
Yeah.
the annual dinner that we pushed to August. We would just encourage all of you to watch our Facebook page and our website for things that are coming up. But those are the most pressing and the most current things. But I guess there is one more. And Roxy, I don't know if you want to talk about flavor.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a lot of young professionals on the call today who are part of HYPE Wayne County. If you're not familiar with HYPE, it stands for Helping Young Professionals Engage. And we are working with anyone 21 to 40 in the Wayne County area. And our first big kickoff event is happening on May 21st. It is Flavor of Wayne County, and this is a new twist on Taste of Wayne County. But I'm most excited about the location, and I think this is going to be a fun, exciting new event. We're going to take it up to the top of the parking garage in downtown Richmond. We've got Sean Lamb coming. We've got another percussion group coming to perform. Tickets are going to go on sale April 30th, but you will not want to miss this event. We're going to have a lot of restaurants there. They're going to be giving away free food. We've got a beer and wine garden that's sponsored by NACO Credit Union, but our title sponsor this year is Three Rivers, and we're so excited to have them partnering with us on this event. We're going to look over their brand new building, so it will be a great way to celebrate the spring season, but also getting back and seeing people in normal times now. So make sure that you follow the event on Facebook or on our website. Like I said, tickets go on sale April 30th.
We usually have about 550 people that attend that. We're limiting it to 200 this year. So when those go on sale, if you're interested, snag them quickly.
Absolutely. Well, Melissa, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to let you talk a little bit about why we're choosing to do this.
Sure. So we have, as many of you know, done a job fair for the high school seniors over the past few years. And that job fair was for all seniors. And it really was highlighting what types of jobs are in Wayne County, so that in hopes, if the students were graduating and needing a job, they would be able to connect with you. Or if they were going to college and getting a degree, they would know that there are jobs for them after graduation. That said, with a lot of discussion and trying to figure out where the greatest need is, our Business and Education Committee really identified the greatest need being that group of students that's graduating without a postgraduate plan and wanting to get them connected with a job before they graduate. So I said one day we were talking about this is kind of the Hail Mary. We don't want them to just float after they graduate. We want them to have a plan. We want them to be plugged into the great jobs we have here in Wayne County. And so we decided this year, instead of doing the traditional job fair, we wanted to do a hiring fair and really help you connect with the students and really connect with the students and have an opportunity to interview them and potentially offer them a job either that day or in the coming days after. So that's the why behind how we got to where we are today. But we're really excited about it. The superintendents, the principals, they've all been very engaged in this process, and they have identified those students. So we have a good group of students coming.
Absolutely. So speaking of the students who are coming, these are high school graduates, like Melissa said, that don't have graduation plans after. They're not planning to attend college. They may not have already have work plans. And we've worked with our school counselors to identify who these students are. We are expecting around 125 students. And of course, that can all change the day of people come in sick or whatever. But we are right now, our number, I believe, is 126 students are registered. Students at this event will actually get 4 15-minute interviews based on your application. And we're going to talk a little bit about, we're going to walk through all the steps today, but at the end, we hope that they all have at least 4 interviews by the end of the day. So I know Melissa Davis is on the call today. Melissa, do you want to talk briefly about what you've been doing with students kind of behind the scenes to get them prepared for this?
Yes, thank you, Roxy. I'm Melissa Davis with Junior Achievement, and we are working with the students to give them curriculum to prepare them for this event. They are going to get a workbook, but it's virtual, so it'll come to them in a link. They can access it from any device, and they're going to go over different short sessions that they go through, and they're going to get tips on interviewing. There's going to be a do's and don'ts for an interviewing process, which probably is going to be the most important thing for them for the hiring fair, since they are going to get to do up to 4 of those interviews and other things as well. So one of the sessions is going to be based on networking. And this is from one of our JA programs, actually 2, JA Career Success and JA Job Shadow. So we're pulling those for them so that they can just have reference to be prepared, not only to sit in on these interviews, but when they get that job, they're ready to go into the job, right? So we're happy to partner with the chamber and with this event.
Thank you, Melissa. We're excited to have you here as well. And I know these programs are so beneficial for our students. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is, you saw in the email that I sent you with the link that all of your job fair postings have to be on Hoosier Opportunity. And I know some of you have reached out and said, we've never done that before. We don't know what that means. We're gathering all of these jobs that are available in one standard location so that when the schools say, okay, it's time to apply, students can find these jobs. So Renee, do you want to talk through kind of the basics of Hoosier Opportunity and why it's great to have that website?
Sure thing. Can everybody hear me okay? Good, okay. Hoosier Opportunity was developed a couple years ago in order to give companies that have physical locations in Wayne, Randolph, and Jay counties an opportunity to post their positions. And we wanted to be able to aggregate the jobs of those 3 counties together and show that we had a volume of employment opportunities, because then we market that to anybody. It's not just marketed to job seekers in Wayne County. So we use social media, and we have anywhere from a $20,000 to $30,000 annual budget to promote those jobs. So what you want to do is just simply go to the website, and at the top there's a red button that says either post a job or sign up as a company. The other option is to post a resume, and that's for job seekers, because they can post their resumes and create a profile, which is a searchable database for employers who are using the site. But as an employer, you need to create a company profile if you haven't already done so. And the company profile is your opportunity to demonstrate to job seekers how great it is to work at your company, what kind of benefits you have, what kind of culture you want to promote. You can attach a video if you want to that shows, you know, what they could expect when they walk in the door, or testimonials from other employees. It's up to you how you want to customize that, but we encourage companies to at least put their logo on so that you're easily findable on the website. Otherwise, you get a generic one and it doesn't stand out as much. And once you've created your profile, we'll approve that and put it on the website, and then you can post jobs. Right now, it says on there that we only allow jobs that pay $10 an hour or more. We have temporarily removed that restriction, so any jobs can go on there. We want to do that because we knew companies were struggling from the pandemic and then also because of the labor shortage that everyone's facing. So don't pay any attention to that. Just go ahead and post your jobs. I get notifications, and as soon as I get an email letting me know that, there's a company or jobs that are posted, I'll go into the website and go ahead and post those. And then we will promote those via social media. We have Twitter and we have Facebook. And then if I have questions or if something happens or goes wrong, you might get an email from me asking, some clarifying questions or something like that. But generally, it's pretty fast. We try to get those jobs and companies on there as fast as we can. And if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out and contact me. I'm at the EDC, so you can find me at renee@waynecounty.com. And I can put that in the comments too, so you can find me.
Thank you, Renee. We appreciate having Hoosier Opportunity partnering with us as well on this event. In that email I sent you with details, once you have the position posted or all of your positions posted, please send me an email with the list of those positions if you haven't done so already. What we will do is we will make a list of the positions that go out with the students and the application that they will fill out. They will not be applying directly for your positions. Melissa, do you want to talk a little bit about the videos that we've created or the videos we are hoping to create?
Sure. I was just looking to see if Ed was on with us. We would love to have a video culminated, your videos all pulled together so that the students can learn a little more about your business. And I know that that's something that the EDC is helping us with as well. Ed De La Paz with City Life, FYI. He's a chamber member. You may remember him because he used to be on our staff and he launched into his own company. And so we're very excited for him, and he does great work in the marketing arena, but he is going to be available to help you if you don't already have a video. And I think, Roxy, are we targeting like 3-minute videos?
Yeah, 2 to 3 minute videos using still footage or live footage if you have any from your place of business, and then just some what's it like to work there, your day-to-day expectations, and just it's a quick thing that you can add to your profile and Hoosier Opportunity.
So that'll be a way for the students to get to log on to Hoosier Opportunity, take a look at the jobs that are available and a little about your company, what it would be like to work there. And, this is maybe your way of selling your company too. Why should they choose to work with you instead of somewhere else? So utilize that opportunity if you would like. And Daniel, could I get you to drop Ed's email in the chat box for everyone?
I do.
We'll get that email for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
These videos are sponsored by Hoosier Opportunity as well. So you are not paying Ed to create these videos. He's doing it all for you for free for being a participant in this event. So please make sure you take advantage of that. Thank you, Renee, and to your team for sponsoring that.
We're very happy to do that. Sorry.
You're fine. Thank you. Next, I want to talk about the application form that students will get. This is a very generic application. We've taken just the basic information. So their name, their phone number, their email address, can they text or receive text messages? We've asked them if they can work holidays, if they can work different shifts. We've partnered with our business ed committee and they've created the questions, but it's a very generic application. So students will get that list of jobs that I provide them. They will fill out the application and select the businesses they would like to interview with from there. if your business is selected, and you will receive a copy of their application, and we will set up the interview schedule from there. Any questions on that? So once we receive all of the applications from the schools on April 30th, we will, as a chamber staff, set up the interview schedule for the day of when the students are there. And we will send that to you and to the students, and we will send you their application. So if you need to follow up with them and get more information before you do the interview, you will have that information, their contact information, to do that. Some places are deciding that they want to wait until they do the initial 15-minute interview and then have the student fill out the next round of documents that they need. It's really up to you what you do from there. Any questions on this? I know this is different than anything we've ever done in the past.
I will add that it's going to be challenging for us to pair everyone up, and we want to make sure that everybody gets interviewed. So be prepared. You're going to have some students that you interview that probably are not what you're looking for. If you could please utilize that as a coaching opportunity so that the students walk away with some better interviewing skills, or, if you can just coach them a little bit during your time, that would be helpful for them too. So either way, it's a win for them, whether they get the job or they learned something through the process. Obviously, we'd love for them to get a job, but we also know that because we have so many and we want to make sure everybody has face time, you may get some people that just aren't what you're looking for.
A great note to add to this, Melissa, is that businesses who can give more people to interview. So I pick on Primex a lot when I do this because I know they have the manpower. If they send 5 people to do interviews that day, they will get 20 interviews an hour at the rate we're going. So the more people you send to do interviews, the more face time you will have with students. So if you plan on sending more than just one person, please let me know ahead of time so we can schedule that and make sure everyone has interview times.
If you know already how many people you will have with you that day, why don't you drop it in the chat box for us, and then Roxy will have that information already in hand and you won't have to follow up afterward with that.
Thank you, Melissa. So now let's talk about what is actually going to happen at the hiring fair. I know that in the past, we've had so many students and they're running down to the job fair floor. It's going to look different this year. 1, because COVID, and 2, because we have smaller numbers of students. So students will come into the gym. They will have about 10 minutes to get settled in. They will receive a new Padfolio that says Forward Wayne County on the front. And inside the Padfolio, there will be information on all the local colleges and how they can access those classes if they're interested in ever skilling up and doing any kind of higher education opportunities. I'm really excited about the next portion, the welcome and expectations piece. We've brought in 3 speakers, Chad Bolser, Carl Reinhardt, and Sherry Lynn Johnson. And those 3 are going to talk about what an opportunity this is for students. Like, they're going to get them so excited and so hyped up about this. They're going to make sure that they understand that this is not something that's ever been done, and that you are looking to hire them and you want to make some good hires today. So they're going to talk about making eye contact, and although we're not doing handshakes, how do you greet and introduce yourself? So kind of that last minute pump up that they need, the last minute tips and tricks that they may forget because they're nervous. And these 3 speakers are so engaging and exciting. They're going to really coach these students up and get them ready for the day. Following that, the students will go to a traditional job fair floor with all of your businesses, and they will have a bingo card where they check off names and do things like our traditional job fair. I do want to note that the people who are on the job fair floor are not the people who are doing the interviewing. So you will have to have somebody for the job fair floor and somebody for live interviews, because there will be times when these overlap.
Roxy, if if a business doesn't have the manpower to do both, are they allowed to forego their table on the job fair floor?
They can, or we can provide them volunteers that can not necessarily stand in for you, but be at the table to answer any questions. We have a few volunteers that will be there that day. So if you'd like somebody, you have things you want to pass out or questions, we have some great volunteers that will be able to jump in there. You would decorate the table though. You don't want me decorating your table. Next, we will have about 60 minutes for interviews. There may be some playtime here. I do want to ask you if you would rather have 4 15-minute interviews or 6 10-minute interviews. And if you could drop us in the chat box what you would rather like, please let us know. So 6 10 minutes or 4 15-minute interviews. Danielle says she would like to have 6 10-minute interviews. A lot of people saying 10-minute interviews. Perfect. Okay, so we will shift the program just a little bit so you can get more of those interviews in. Yep, I agree that high schoolers struggle with a 15-minute interview. So we will make sure that we make that shift for you and you'll be able to get even more interviews in. At the end of the day, after their live interviews, students will come together. We have a survey for them to take, and then they will be, if there's any giveaways that we have, sometimes businesses bring gift cards, sometimes, you know, a gift basket, things like that. If you have things you want students to raffle off and win throughout the day, this will be the time that we give them away. So like I said, the welcome and expectations, we're excited to partner with Forward Wayne County on this. And like I said, every student will receive a Padfolio. We're hoping that Padfolio gives them a little bit of confidence and makes them feel professional as they walk into that interview. Few notes for the job fair floor: make it fun and interactive. This is the first time these students will be meeting your business in this atmosphere. A few groups last year had really great tables. I know Manpower always does the photo booth frame, and DOT one year had like remote controlled trucks that they were moving around. Make it interactive because the students will feel more relaxed. And we actually last year gave away some marketing space in our newsletters for the company that was the most interactive. So that may come back around, and you may get some more free advertisement through the chamber if you're really interactive. We will provide you a copy of the bingo card ahead of time so you know what students are looking for. And like I said, you'll need staff members there, but if you absolutely cannot pull that, I know we're asking for a lot of time and energy from your staff, we can provide volunteers, just let us know. So live interviews, they will now be 10 minutes long. So you have 6 of those. Like I said, the more staff you bring, the more interviews you'll be able to host, and the students will have a schedule that they need to follow. So you may be having a great interview with student A and your 10 minutes is up and you still want to talk. It's important that you cut that interview. You can do follow-up interviews later, but let's be respectful of everyone's time to make sure that they get to all their interviews that they need. And any follow-up conversations or anything that's needed afterwards is on your responsibility. The students will not be reaching out. They will wait for you to reach out. Okay. So I know this is a lot of information. I'm someone who likes to have it summed up very quickly for myself. So all of your job postings need to be finished by tomorrow and sent to me and posted on Hoosier Opportunity. Students will have application time until April 30th, and interviews will be scheduled by May 7th. And then of course we have the job fair happening on the 13th. Any questions so far?
Roxy, we had a question in the chat box. Can you please tell us exactly where we'll be and what time frames you expect us to be present?
That's a great question. So we will be at the Western Wayne Administration Building in Pershing, Indiana. So I will send you the exact address. I don't know it off the top of my head, but it will start at 8:30 in the morning and will go till 1:30. So we're going to ask that everyone be set up and ready to go by 8:15. Doors will open at 7:30 for you to set up. And I'll send this all in a follow-up email as well. Just a few other notes. Of course, in the past, we've provided lunch. Because of COVID, we are not able to do that this year. So come prepared with snacks and food for your team. It will be a long day. You will be in back-to-back interviews. So we want to make sure that you're well hydrated. We will have water for you. But if you want snacks or food or lunch for your staff, please make sure that you bring that. And because we are in a school, mask will still be required, so make sure you have a comfortable mask to wear all day. And Lynette dropped the address for the building in the comments. Thank you, Lynette. Okay, we're going to open the floor to any questions or thoughts about this, things we can do or change to make it better for your experience.
I have a question. This is Colleen.
Hi.
I wanted to know, are we only going to have one table per company? Because we were kind of thinking of, you know, one table would be potentially where we have any giveaways or goodies that we're handing out to these individuals, and then maybe cornered up against that on the other side. Where are we going to be doing these interviews? Are they going to be at those tables?
Great question. So they will actually be in two separate areas. The job fair floor will be in one spot in the gym, and then interviews will be taking place throughout the building. So we will have, and it will be very, I mean, there might be multiple interviews going on in a room. So you will have to be respectful of the volume of your voice and the sounds, just so everyone has space. We might have some interviews going on in a hallway, just depending on the number of people we have for those interviews.
Got it. Thank you.
And we can be a little flexible. I think we've got 4 people we're saying we're bringing,
Maybe.
but you know, this is what we do all day. So if we need extra help, I'm sure we can grab some people in, or even help. If one of our customers only has one person there and they're doing interviews, we can be a resource with information about that customer too. So
yeah, I
we're more than
reached out
happy
to
to do
Roxy yesterday in regard to that. So any more that you have, because I know you had said you thought you would see more within the next 48 hours or so. So if you've added to your list, then we can definitely reach out to our customers and try to help them.
Perfect. Thank you. Let's see. We have a question. SCPC has several jobs posted on Hoosier Opportunity. Many I haven't sent to Roxy. However, we still want the students to be aware of what we have available. Do I need to send the other JD we have posted on the Hoosier Opportunity? Any job you want students to be aware of and applying for, please send me those lists. Even if it's not the exact, like if it's not specifically posted for the job fair and you still think high school students can apply for it, let me know so that they can see that. Date of the event is May 13th. Is that right?
Yes,
Okay.
May
We have
13th.
a lot of events going on in May, so I want to make sure I have my dates correct. May 13th, 8 will have doors open at 7:30. You must be set up by 8:15. Students will arrive at 8:30.
We can certainly share this recording with you all so you can share it with your other team members. That's not a problem at all.
Absolutely. I do want to make you aware of 2 other hiring fairs that are going on in the community, both at Ivy Tech. This one's on April 28th, and it's a skilled trades career fair at McDaniel Hall. You can reach out to the Ivy Tech team if you're interested in being at this one. And they have another one for general studies, information technology, early childhood education, and business students on the 29th from 10 to 3. So if you're interested in attending those, please let us know. And yes, I believe Wi-Fi will be available. I'm not sure that it's great Wi-Fi.
We appreciate all of you partnering with us on this. We hope it's beneficial to you. We know it's going to be beneficial to the students. And again, I just want to reiterate what we are hearing from the principals and the superintendents on how grateful they are that this is happening for their students. Particularly this year, a lot of the seniors just haven't gotten the same experiences that other classes in the past have gotten. And they haven't had a chance to meet potential employers or do a lot of the Find a Job Fridays, especially if they've been virtual and some things like that they normally have the opportunity for. So this is going to be an outstanding service to them. So we appreciate your time, and hopefully we have some really great success stories. I want to just mention that, Roxy, we would love to tell some success stories after this is over. And I know a lot of times after things like this are over, we all get back to our lives and we don't stop and think about that, but we will be sending you out a survey afterward and a request that if you have hired from this, to please let us know, because we would love to, like I said, to share this in different formats, to do stories on it, and really showcase that this has been valuable to our community and to you.
So Danielle's asking a great question in the chat box. Will the jobs be labeled so that students know whether an employer can hire students that are under 18 years or not? I believe, Renee, you may have to push in that you can label those jobs if they're under 18. Can you confirm, Renee?
There's not like a field in the form that says, you have to be 18, but there's plenty of flexibility in some of the description boxes where you can slide that in. So you can make a note of that. There's just not a field that says specifically, are you 18 or not?
If that's a requirement for a specific job, please put that in your posting. Know that most of these students still have to finish a couple weeks of school, so you may hire them on the 13th. They may not be able to start until June 1st. So just know that that's an expectation. I know Colleen and I spoke a little bit about if you can work with them in the after school hours and get them trained, from 4 to 7 p.m. every night, that's a great time to use those students. But know that most of them will not be able to start until after high school is over. And that's just part of this, but it's only a few weeks. For some of them, it's even maybe one week.
No different than if they put their notice in somewhere, right?
Absolutely. If they put their notice in. If you have any questions at any time, and I will be following up with weekly emails giving you updates of things you need to know, questions I may have for you, please keep an eye in your spam folder. My emails slide into spam more than anybody else I've ever met. So make sure that you're checking those spam folders. If you don't hear from me for a couple of days or a week or so, it's probably in spam. We will be giving weekly updates as we move forward. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us today. We'll give you some time back in your schedule. I'm so excited about this event. Like Melissa said, this is truly an exciting event because we've never done anything like this. So we'll see if this is a success or not. And we hope that you will share any students that you hire from this event with us so we can make sure that there's a big publicity around that. So thank you all for joining us today, and we hope you have a great day.
Bye, everyone.